You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Just read the questions.
Now, turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear a conversation between a new student and a lecturer. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Good morning. May I come in?
Yes, come in, please.
I'm a new student and I'm looking for the Office of Engineering faculty. Is this the right place?
Yes, this is the Faculty of Engineering. How can I help you?
I know there was an orientation meeting last Friday, but I didn't attend that meeting. So I'm wondering if someone could give me some information about, the campus life or course requirements or something like that.
Yes, sit down, please. Where shall we begin?
Firstly, how many lectures do I have to attend every week?
There are not too many lectures of postgraduate courses. Let me check. Oh, you have lectures on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
How often do I have to attend seminars in a week?
Well, there is only one group seminar on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock.
You mean a group?
Yes.
How many people are there in one group?
About 3 to 5.
Fine.
You will discuss about 20 minutes, and then the representative of your group will give a short presentation.
A presentation?
Right.
Do all members in the group have a chance to give a presentation?
Maybe. And then your subject advisor will give you a mark.
A mark? Does that mean the representative's mark is all members' mark?
That's right.
How about attendance?
The postgraduate attendance is only 70%, but a few students will be absent in our faculty.
Fine. Should I choose the time? Because I have a part-time job.
I am afraid not. The postgraduate course is very intensive. We do not suggest that our students do any other jobs.
Yes, I see. I will spend time on my course. Oh, how many modular courses are there in the coming academic year?
You have 3 modular courses from September to June next year.
Okay.
I think also this one is easy. Okay, so number 1, Ashley, what did you do? Yes, yeah.
The first one, I didn't quite catch the first time.
Yeah, this one I didn't catch it too.
Actually, they said last week. For example, they just say last Friday, the same. So last Friday, actually, it is last week. So they said actually this one. So it will be last week. They didn't say it actually as it took place, for example, last week, but actually she said that last Friday. All right, so that's why you will not hear the same things, for example, in the audio as they are written, for example, in the exam. Sometimes they will say it like in a way or another. Also 3, they didn't say 3. They said blah, Monday, blah, blah.
Yeah, 3. So see.
Yeah, that's
3.
why. Actually, they will not say, for example, the same things, maybe once or twice, but the others actually will be, for example, as synonym, radifat.
This one is B.
That's right. Here,
Subject advisor.
PP.
No, subject advisor, that's right. And here also intensive.
Intensive.
That's right. So you have only one mistake, Farah, right?
Yeah.
What about the others? Mahmoud?
Yeah, only one mistake. Only the first one I didn't catch it.
Mhm. Saber, also the same?
Yes, sir.
You have also the first one you didn't hear?
I didn't hear, but I was about to choose C because yeah, I heard last Friday and
Yeah,
I thought
that's
it's gonna
right.
be
Yeah, if you notice, for example, last Friday, it cannot be, for example, the last term next month, right? Also in the future. So the correct one actually is last week. Last Friday, it has something to do with like last week. But next month, how come? Last Friday and next month. So sometimes you need to read. Okay, if you missed, for example, one of the questions, مثلا ضاعت عليك هذه الأولى. أنت في معك بعض الأحيان بنهاية الوقت شوية وقت. ارجع مرة ثانية واقرأ السؤال يعني مرة ثانية. حاول إنه have to place last term أو take a place next month or last week. تفكر فيها وتشوف you make like educational guess تخمين تعليمي هكذا براسك ورسول شيء. لأنه أصلا ما في معك إلا إنك تخمن إذا ضاعت عليك. طيب, so I think you're great. So you see that you have just one and this is normal. Like if you have one or two mistakes, that's fine. So here you have no more than 3 words. So you need to write just 3 words. Or 1, 2, 3 words. It doesn't mean that you just 3 words means 3 words. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 words.
Now, look at questions 26 to 30. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 26 to 30. Anything else I can help you with?
I'd like to know some information about the course assessment.
Well, beside presentation, you will have an exam at the end of the term.
An exam? What type of exam?
It's an open book exam,
Fine.
but your main assessment is the assignment.
You mean homework?
Yes, you will have to write an assignment with 6,000 to 7,000 words every month.
6,000 to 7,000?
Yes.
Oh, how about the topic?
Your tutor will give you some advice on the topic based on some course handouts or reference books, but you have to narrow the topic by yourself.
So can I choose the topic of essay by myself?
Yes, of course.
Great.
You must pay attention to your essay deadline. All assignment work must be handed in before the deadline your tutor gives you.
When should I visit my tutor?
You should check your tutor's name and contact number on our website.
Fine.
Do you have a library card?
No, I have not applied for one.
I think you should register for a library card first, because you need it when you borrow reference books from the library.
Okay, I will apply for one tomorrow morning.
Anything else?
The last thing is, how can I get my username and password for our university's website?
First, you should go to the computer center to register, and then they will give you a username and password.
That's fine. Thanks for your introduction.
You are welcome. See you later.
See you.
All right, so I think also that one is clear also. So what did you write here?
assignment.
Exam. Assignments.
Assignment. That's
Assignment. Assignment.
So the correct answer actually it is assignment. She says you mean homework. He said yes, but the correct thing actually it is assignment. Okay, number 2.
Student.
Student
or
yourself.
Let's see one by one. Okay, Farah, what did you write?
Herself or by يعني yeah, herself.
Okay, Mahmoud.
Yourself. I said by yourself.
By yourself. Okay, Mahmoud. Saber.
Student.
The student. Okay. ولا
Also, I wrote the student.
اوكي طبعا كل اجاباتكم صحيحه، بس انتم ركزوا على الاشياء اللي تذكر في الليسننج، ما تتكلم انت على ما تفهم. فالاجابه انه ماي سيلف، تتكلم على كاني هي.
okay.
So yeah, don't write for example. I know يعني قالت can I choose the topic myself? He said yes. تقول the student himself واحد، يقول herself واحد، كانك تتكلم بلسانهم. تكلم بلسان المتحدث، تقول myself بنفسي. And this is a very important information for you. ونفس الوقت نفس الكلام، لما تقول مثلا نيويورك مكتوبه نيويورك، تقول هذه nationality المفروض مو نيويورك، هذه the United States of America. تكتب امريكا كله خطا. فانت ركز على الاشياء المذكوره في الاوديو، ولا تحاول تجتهد يعني اكثر. طيب who can choose the topic of the essay? Okay, there's not here. Sorry, here myself is not here. Here myself. Okay, where can the students find their tutors, for example, names?
Website.
Contact number and website.
That's right. The website and contact number. But remember, if you just write, for example, contact
more than 3 words
number and the website, تكتب عليك 4 كلمات. مثلا contact number, this is number 1, and website, for example, contact number and website، راح تحسب عليك 4 كلمات. ولهذا لازم تعملها زي السلاش. For example, contact for example number، وهنا أيضا تعمل سلاش، تكتب مثلا ويب سايت. هكذا إذا تريد تحصل على الإجابة الصحيحة، لأنه أصلا قال لك هنا don't write more than 3 words. انتبه على هذا الأمر. فربما تكون إجابتك صحيحة، بس لو كتبت الثنتين مع بعض وكتبت and تحسب 4 كلمات، فإجابتك خطأ. هذه معلومة مهمة. بنفس الوقت في ناس ممكن أخذ الكونتاكت نمبر بس وما أخذ الويب سايت، في ناس أخذ الويب سايت وما أخذ الكونتاكت نمبر، مشكلة. لازم تكتب الإجابة as it is like. طيب, what should students use when they borrow, for example, the materials from the library?
Library card.
Library card, that's right. Where can the students get the surname and the password?
Computer center.
That's right. أنتم ممتازين. إلى الآن أنتم تقريبا أداءكم كلكم ممتازين. طيب, now let's go to section number 4. خلاص من هنا. So actually you have just a little bit time in the beginning here. But actually I don't know that you will have time actually to read all of this, for example, or not. So you try to read as much as you can in the beginning, in the time of the check, like when you check task number 3.
This is the end of section 3.
Read here.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Read as much as you can here because you will not have time.
Now, turn to section 4.
This is a lecture. You're going to talk very fast.
Section 4. You will hear a lecture about an animal living in South America. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
أكثر شيء حاول تركز عليه هذا، لأنه هذا راح يكون في وسط كلام. الاختيارات راح تقدر تطلعها. But here, this is the most important thing.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40. Welcome to Magic Animal Time. Today, I'd like to give you an introduction to a magic animal called sloth. Native to Central and South American rainforests, the sloth is the slowest animal on Earth. It needs 12 seconds to finish one step, even slower than a tortoise. Algae grows on its brown, furry back because of its inactive lifestyle. Even the fur of sloths is adapted to their lifestyle. Sloths usually hang upside down, so their stiff, wiry fur grows differently from the coats of most mammals. Horses' hair, for example, grows from the back, so rainwater will run off. Below this tough top layer, a dense downy layer of hair provides additional protection from pesky insects. The greenish cast of the sloth's shaggy fur is caused by symbiotic algae that grow in grooves running along the length of each of the mammal's outer hairs. The sloth hosts the algae, and the algae return the favor by providing nutrition that the sloth either ingests by licking its fur or absorbs through the skin. The grayish-green color makes the sloth look just like a clump of dry leaves hanging from a branch, the perfect jungle camouflage. And the longer a sloth lives, the greener it gets. Sloths have a short and flat head, a snout that is short in length, big round eyes, long tree-climbing legs, a stubby tail, and small ears. And though some have called them ugly, they have the cutest face that looks like they're always smiling, just like a koala in Australia. Sloths spend most of the day sleeping, curling up in a tree notch or hanging from a branch with all four legs closed together, their heads tucked between their front legs. People seldom see them much move, even when they are awake. Only at feeding time, sloths move more slowly and carefully, hand over and through the treetops, searching for leaves, fruits, and twigs. They even mate and give birth while suspended from their long, curved claws. Sometimes a sloth will die, hanging upside down from a tree limb, and remain so after death until they decompose or are forcibly removed. Why do sloths have such an unusual lifestyle? It's the strategy they evolved to survive as tree-dwelling plant eaters in a place with many predators. Most domestic herbivores, such as cattle, horse, and sheep, graze all day long. Because they feed on nutrient-poor vegetation, they must eat almost constantly. Sloths are also classified as herbivores, and their diets are also low in nutrition. But rather than munching all day long, they have become masters at conserving energy. As any athlete knows, maintaining muscle requires large quantities of food energy, far more than a sloth's vegetarian diet can provide. Sloths are relatively inactive and usually spend most of the day hanging upside down, so they can get by with half as much muscle mass as similar-sized mammals. Hence, they don't need to eat too much. In addition, because of heavy muscle, sloths weigh far less than other mammals. This makes it possible for them to climb on thin branches high in the tropical forest canopy, where they can more easily find food and avoid heftier predators. Keeping a high body temperature also takes energy. Sloths fulfill this need by maintaining a lower average body temperature than other mammals. Dogs, cats, horses, sheep, and cows all have average body temperatures between about 100 and 103 Fahrenheit, but a sloth's average body temperature is about 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Equally important, a sloth's body temperature fluctuates with the surrounding temperature. Like snakes and frogs, which are cold-blooded creatures, a sloth's body temperature is highest on warm, sunny days and lowest at night and on rainy days. Sometimes a sloth takes a sun bath in the morning, warmed up. Then, during the hottest times of day, it hides in the shade so it won't overheat. During a 24-hour period, A sloth's body temperature may vary as much as 10 degrees Fahrenheit. If the body temperature of a person, a cat, or a dog varies just 5 degrees Fahrenheit, it can be life-threatening. Because sloths have difficulty moving over land, they spend most of their time in the trees. They can get just about everything they need high above the forest floor, even water, which comes from eating juicy leaves and licking up drops of morning dew. Short bursts of feeding, followed by long periods of inactivity, make sloths less vulnerable to large raptors, such as harpy eagles and other carnivores, such as ocelots. As long as sloths remain perfectly quiet and still, they're nearly impossible to detect. At feeding time, a sloth reaches out, grabs an overhead branch with its flexible feet, and tugs until the food is within reach of its long tongue. After pulling the vegetation into its mouth, the sloth clips the leaves with its hard, tough lips and slowly grinds them with a large, peg-like teeth. A sloth digests its food just as it does everything else, very slowly. People usually digest their food in about a day, but sloths can take about a month to finish the process. As soon as a sloth swallows a mouthful of pulverized plants, the bacteria in its stomach and intestines begin breaking down the food. It takes many hours for the bacteria to digest the tough plant material that makes up a sloth's diet. Only then can the sloth absorb the nutrients it needs to live and grow. So, do you have a new understanding about the slow but not lazy animal? Next week, we will talk about. This is the.
You see, it is a lecture, محاضرة. أنت بتحاول قدر الإمكان إنك يلا تلحقها. راح طبعا تضيع أشياء، هذا شيء طبيعي، وروح أشياء واضحة. Okay, so actually this lecture was about what?
Slow.
And this one actually is nutrition. So these
Yeah.
are the answers. Okay, what about here, for example?
Long legs.
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahmoud?
Stubby tail.
Yeah, that's correct. But how did you spell it?
STABIE.
Yeah, this is actually the problem. But yeah, what you heard is correct, but spelling actually is not correct. So that's why, yeah, you heard correctly, but actually there is a problem like in the spelling. What is the favorite activity for sloth to what?
Hang on trees or
Hang on trees, I guess.
hang.
Actually, it's to sleep on the trees, not to hang. ومعظم حياته هو بيقضيها في sleeping في النوم. So just actually to sleep on the trees. Okay, so let me just share with you because there are a lot of answers here. So just check your answers. Stubby, S-T-U-B-B-Y. And actually most of the day actually he's sleeping, just to say to sleep only. All right, and then they say, for example, hanging, and then you just take this word. But actually sloths spend most of the day sleeping, just to sleep. They are classified as herbivores. Did you write this one also?
Yeah, I wrote this one.
Yes.
Okay. طبعا بالنسبة للدرجة ذكروا طبعا 100 و109 تقريبا قبل.
Yeah, I wrote
الأشياء.
93 Fahrenheit.
لكن السلوت كانت تقريبا 39. عفوا 93. من كتب 93؟
Me.
Yes, okay. والباقيين؟